Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of the NKJV Compact Single Column Reference Bible. So this one is a new one by Thomas Nelson, so it's going to have their comfort print. We can also see it does have a lay flat binding, and this one that we're looking at will be the black genuine leather. So it does come in a nice box. I like their boxes because they're protective, they look nice, plus they're easy to open and close, so that I like. Here is some information about this particular edition in case you would like to pause and read that. And then our features are going to be a single column format, a clear and readable comfort print in a 9-point font size, over 72,000 cross references, which is amazing for a compact Bible. It does have a concordance, a sewn lay flat binding, 2 satin ribbon markers, and again it is the black genuine leather. There's an example of the text. It is guaranteed for life, and they have a great warranty, and I've used it before and it was super smooth, easy to get an exchange, so I do recommend their Bibles. Here is our ISBN number. Retail is $79.99, and you can definitely find it for less online, and as always I will put a link in the description box as well. And if this one ends up being too small for you, you can also check out the regular size one. I will link this video at the end of this video. Plus, I will go ahead and put a card for it that should come up right about now, right here in that corner of that screen. Alright, so this particular Bible, this one is going to measure out at 7.5 inches tall by 5.5 inches wide, and it is 1.5 inches thick. So we've got black head and tail bands, really nicely done gold gilding. They did a great job on the gilding of this Bible. And you can see from the size of my hand, it's not a big edition. And I've actually pulled out a pit minion to compare it to. So if we set this pit minion right on top of it, we're looking at pretty much the same height, and the pit is just a tiny bit smaller in width. So not very much at all, as you can see there. But it is about twice the thickness of a pit minion. So if you like this size of a Bible and you want to get away from a super small font, you can pick up one of these and have a lot larger font size. Plus it's still really portable as well. This one is in the black genuine leather. It is nicely stitched all the way around the perimeter, so that looks really nice. And the grain pattern on there is really nice. I'm not sure if that's embossed in there, if that's natural. I'm not quite sure. It does look like on this one that maybe the animal had a scar, and that to me just gives it character, so I like that. I think that looks neat. On our spine we've got Holy Bible, NKJV, and the Thomas Nelson house logo. On the back we've got another shot of our ISBN number, but really a great size, take with you everywhere. It's got a really nice feel. That cover has a great feel to it as well. On the inside we're going to have a vinyl paste down liner. Got a nice presentation page. And then we're going to get into our 2 title pages. Now this one was printed in China in 2018, but do not let that deter you because this is a very well-made Bible. We're going to have our table of contents. We'll also have a preface to the New King James, and then we'll get right into the Old Testament. One thing that I really like is the way that they used red in this one, and it's a really nice shade of red. And so we're going to have all of our books of the Bible will be written in red, all of our subheadings, and also our chapter numbers. So it does look really nice. It's a nice deep dark shade of red. The font on this one is a 9-point font. So even though it's really a small compact size, that's a very readable font. They also used the red in our references that are within the text and also on the side column. So if you look at that verse number 3 where it says, "Then God said, let there be light," you can see the A, B, and C that is in there next to the words. So really easy to see that. But then if we go over to that side column, it's super easy to be able to look at that and see what verses are for each of those letters. So they did do a really nice job of that. And for some reason the camera is picking up ghosting on here. But you actually don't get any ghosting on this one because it is line matched. So if I get you a little bit closer to the camera there, you could actually pause that and read it because it is that clear. So all the text on the lines on one side are going to line up with the text on this side. So that's going to cut down on all the ghosting. So the only time you're going to really see it when you're reading this is in areas where there is no text, but you're not going to be looking at, you're going to be looking at the text. So you're really not going to notice any ghosting. And on this one too, one thing that is really impressive for a Bible that's really basically a hand size edition is to have over 72,000 cross-references. So I'm just going to flip through some of these pages, and you can see on the side columns all the references. And then you also do have some space where there are no references to put some notes. But if I just flip through this, you're going to be able to just see an example of how many references are in this one. So great size to take with you, very portable, but yet you've got so much information that is in here with having these references. And that red in there just looks really, really nice. I think they did a great job in the layout of this. Plus the print quality is very nice. On this edition, I'm not sure what the paper GSM is. It's a little bit different than the larger edition, but it's got a really nice feel to it. And you really don't get any glare on it. If you were in certain lighting, you might get a tiny bit, only if the light was positioned in front of you. But I haven't had any issues with glare on this paper at all. It does have 2 ribbon markers, so we've got 10mm ribbons. It is just a single satin, so satin on just the one side. But one thing that is nice on this one is it's long enough to actually use, so they did a great job on the ribbons. We do have a black for the Old Testament and a red for the New. Now this one is just a black letter text, so we're not going to have any words of Christ in red in this particular one. But as we get to the back of the Bible, we'll see our red ribbon, which very nicely done. And again, they did make these long enough to use, which I like. Then we'll get into our concordance. And this one has a 3-column format. All the words are done in bold. So in the larger format, the concordance is a 2-column format, and then a 3-column in this one. But again, for a small compact Bible to have all the references and a concordance and be this small and portable is just phenomenal. Thomas Nelson is just knocking it out of the park with their new editions. So here is a note regarding the type and the typeface on here. So you could pause and read that if you would like. And again, you can see how clear everything in this one is. This one also does have 7 full color maps spread out on 8 pages. Now it is a thicker paper, not quite a cardstock, but it is thicker. And you can see from the glare on there that it is shiny. But still, they're nice maps the way that they've done those. One thing we can see here in the gutter is some of the stitching. So it does have a nice sewn binding. So this Bible will hold up for you. So here's our 2-page spread there. And then we just get back to the back of the Bible. But just an awesome size to take with you wherever you go. I think the size on it is fantastic, and especially to have a nice readable font in such a small Bible. I think that is fantastic. If the 9-point is just a little bit too small for you, you can always look at this one here, which is going to have a larger font. And again, this video for this one will be linked. So you can see that it is a larger font. And then the footprint on it is going to be larger as well. So you can see that this one is taller and just a little bit wider. It's also just a little bit thicker. But you could pair these up with each other. They would go great together. One thing that I will mention for those of you who are maybe thinking of purchasing both of them as a pair. So once we get in here and we're on page 525 on both of them, we can see that they don't have the same pagination on them. So if that's one thing you're looking at, then these don't have that. I was kind of surprised that they didn't have it. I was kind of expecting that they might, but they're just an awesome Bible. So great size on this one to leave home. This one, great one to take with you wherever you go, because you've got a lot of great information in a small footprint. They both look really nice together. And so again, this particular one is the NKJV Compact Single Column Reference Bible. Again, this one is by Thomas Nelson. There's a shot of the ISBN number, and I will also put a link for this one in the description box as well. And then also check out the video on the larger size. Again, it will be linked right at the end of this video. And I would like to thank Thomas Nelson for sending out this copy for review. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.